Into the Yusef Two Times channel. What's poppin', everybody? What's good? We got a lot to talk about real quick today and chill out and sit back and have a conversation. I appreciate y'all coming over to the channel. Uh, what's good? Nah, I've been sitting here all this time, no yarning. As soon as I jump online with y'all, it's like, yeah, I'm yarning. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming to the channel. You get a chance to watch our show. You know, we do here Two Times Too Real. We just talk about the stuff that's, excuse me, going on in the news, in the media, what's happening. We did a show earlier. We chatted about a few items, and it was fun. And now we're trying to see the consideration of what's going on with Dr. Umar Johnson having his school being auctioned away, and it's kind of crazy. But today's show was about my bro behind me, that dude, Tariq Nasheed, who's also the founder of FBA, which is the term that we all utilize now. I've done all three things. I've yarned, sneezed, coughed, nose itch. Okay, y'all make me nervous. Y'all make me nervous, man. I'm just trying to do my thing. So people just kind of posted about him, Dr. Umar Johnson, and Tariq Nasheed responded, and I like that whole conversation. So I wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I do music, I do beats. I don't do beats, but I do music, I do raps. And my music is pretty fly as far as I'm concerned. I think you'll love it. The name of the website, well, the mixtape, not the website, is Selfmadeology, and you'll enjoy that. So I just appreciate you guys if you get a chance to come over to the channel. So I'm going to get to the message, and I'm going to see what is going on, because that's what we're here for. And let's get the commercial out the way. Let me know how y'all day going. Excuse me. Wow. I just had to yarn, but let me get this. I got to do something real fast. I forgot to put this in there. If I forget it, I don't do it. We're saying we got to. One word I'm adding. I changed things up at the last minute to talk about the stuff that's going on, and you got to learn. Let's go. We got a poll going, and the poll is Dr. Umar Johnson a scammer? Who knows? All right, let's see what's going on. All right, let's hear some of the message. If you could hear me, I could test my own audio.
This is what productivity apps should look like. Listen.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up. I know y'all hear my air condition, but it's pretty cold. It's pretty hot outside, so we need that thing rocking. All right, so let's get to the message. Hit that screen right there.
The past due, vacant property registration fees, and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August. They will sell our campus. Why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the UTB and struggle stream, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes. We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even. Now we got to pay another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe, because we should have a way. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters.
Dr. Umar Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Tariq Nasheed talking.
As I called him. And I'm not
We'll let Tariq Nasheed tell us what's going on.
here to roast him. I'm not gonna I'm not going to roast like I used to do back in the day. I used to roast very hard on Umar. I used to call him the prince of pot pies, the prince of pepper steaks, the prince of peach cobbler. I'm not going to do that. I've been trying not to do that. I've been trying to take the high road. And I'm not going to dogpile on him because he's going through a lot. And Brother Umar is going through a lot, and it's kind of sad. But I got to address what's going on with the FDMG Academy. That school that he's been talking about building has been having trouble for a couple of decades now. When I had a beef with Umar almost a decade ago, I told people the school was never going to open. I told people, I wasn't being mean-spirited, but I told people that this school is never going to open, and it's been teetering along, and he's been fundraising for it, and the open dates kept getting pushed back, and it's been a mess. And then Umar's going through things with these women he's dealing with these strange women, these older women, and they're calling him out, and then his daughter, his children are coming out saying disparaging things about him, and it's just a mess. God, there's financial liability going on with the school. Some paperwork popped up.
And all this is crazily true, man. It's like, no matter how we look at it, Dr. Umar Johnson brought himself a lot of turmoil. Is it his celebrity? The fact that he got a little celebrity that everybody feel like it's time to throw rocks at him, his own family even. But it's like crazy, man. Being famous is bogus. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got people that look at you like you supposed to fulfill I don't know what the hell they thinking. But, him not having that school, that ain't nobody's fault but his own right there. You have time to build that school without it being such a hard ordeal, and then why don't you just go get people to help you? But taking money and money and money and money is all about money. He just remind me of all the rest of the grifters in the world, where everything is about money. Come bring me dough, I need money. And then it's okay because where I'm from, if you know how to get money like Dr. Umar Johnson, people respect you. People show you love. They say, nigga, you smart. And for him to be able to go on podcasts and charge that way, then go around the country and do speeches, then he get to probably sell books. He get to probably do individual one-on-one sessions with people. He can make money thousands of ways, probably even at a school. But at a school and that, they want you to be there more permanently. You can't just come, pop in and leave, you know what I'm saying? So hit the poll, guys, when you come in. We got a poll over there. We're making a conversation about Dr. Umar Johnson. Tariq Nasheed responding to what he has actually done with his school getting ready to get taken by the government and auctioned away. So Tariq Nasheed was actually talking about it, and I just stopped it for a second to just conversate about what he's saying, because that's what we do. I wanted to talk about that. And Tariq Nasheed is actually the guy who started the FBA, which is what we all, kind of rock with as far as in blackness, because you get tired of African American and all that shit. And then we do know through the internet, and even before the internet was around, back when I was young, the rap music would be telling you about black people was here in America before your time, you know what I'm saying, before you knew it, or even before slavery. And you'd be like, wow, just the knowledge and shit that you would just learn in the hip hop music, you know what I'm saying, because everybody loved hip hop when I was growing up. But hit the like button, guys. I need y'all to hit the like button, show love, and I want you to hit the poll and take the poll down there and let me know what you think about Dr. Umar Johnson. Is he really just a scammer? Because a lot of people believe so. Like when you hear people talk, you got almost like a mixed crowd out there. Some people believe he's a scammer. Some people believe he's not a scammer. And some people believe that he's a scammer. It's like, but how can you say that when other people still want to support him and pay money and donate to his cause? Like he might be flawed, but you do see it's a lot of people that continue to give him money and all that. So can he be all that bad? You go to your church, you might not go to everybody's church. You might not on the weekend travel to other people's churches just to see what it's like. You just might be at your church. So if you give whatever you give to your pastor, that's really not nobody's business for us to look at you and say, oh, wait a minute, you gave your pastor $3,000? Like I won a damn lottery. What the hell are you talking about? Like, yeah, but that's still a lot of money for a reverend. But that's my damn business. So it's the same thing. Like if somebody wants to see black people better and all this and this, and that's what they believe in wholeheartedly, and they got the money, then it's gonna be hard to judge them because it's their business. You know what I'm saying? Just like it would be somebody else's business if they don't mess with Dr. Umar and can't stand him, which is a whole lot of folks on the internet that feel that way. So hit the like button, take the poll, share the message. I appreciate y'all coming in here to check us out. This your boy Yusef Two Times. Let's get back to the message. This is Tariq Nasheed talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. Let's go.
That the school is going to be auctioned, and then Umar all of my bank accounts are frozen. I have no money. Needed some PayPal money. It's bad. So now, the FDMG Academy in Wilmington, Delaware, it has allegedly 2 court judgments, and there's like some money, like $76,000 that are unpaid, some kind of back payments and possible taxes. Now there's an alleged pending sheriff's sale. So now with these judgments in place, the sheriff's office, from what I'm understanding, this is from what it could be even more deeper than this, but from what I gather, the sheriff's office could move forward by seizing the property and auctioning it off. So it looks like that's what they're going to do. And a lot of people are looking at this as the nail in the coffin for Pan-Africanism. You know, Umar says he's the prince of Pan-Africanism, and as we see,
now that I use Monday service.
So as you can see, with you having judgments and stuff like that, and that's coming straight from Tariq Nasheed. So it's not like nobody making this story up, nobody building this negative statements about him. You know, a lot of people was showing actual forms from the state or from the county that he's supposed to pay the money to in Wilmington, Delaware. And obviously, if you don't pay the money, if you ain't got the money, then you got to say something about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know. You know what I mean? But I don't know if to stay like you don't have it, man. You just can't never know what the hell is somebody doing. And I respect Dr. Umar, but you just don't know what the fuck somebody doing. I don't think he got it all mentally, because if you would have heard him arguing with this girl, who he knows, and some relationship he'd been in, they went at each other so hard that the lady ended up on that Tasha K show talking about him, and she's a straight celebrity style shit. So it's like they pushing Dr. Umar Johnson to the celebrity status because of what he can do and how many people he can influence. And somebody was saying he raised $1.6 million. I'm like, damn, that was a crazy dough. And he's still raising money now. So the boy is not like missing out on dough. He might even come to the conclusion, like when you don't own a property and somebody else own it, you really don't know what the fuck going on with the property. So he might be like, let me cut my losses. Let me not pay this shit, because if I don't pay it, they just gonna take the building and then I don't have to pay the monthly rent. But if you just walk away from it, then they could drive at you and say, hey, we got a lease. You said you was gonna file this paperwork and keep up with it. But if you just walking away from the project, you just ain't gonna pay the bill, and then they gonna say, all right, we taking it back. And it's like, yeah, do what y'all want to do, but I'm not paying it no more. So again, until you actually own the building, you wouldn't know what the hell reason he wouldn't be paying the rent or whatever fees they asking you to do. And he claiming that he didn't know that they was coming at him about the fees. He said he paid $30,000 already. So it could be somewhere as you just don't know everything. And that's why you need a team. Because if you're busy traveling the country, you're going to need somebody to know all of the shit that you're supposed to be knowing. You know, who's the person that's sitting up collecting the forms when they come in, like filing the shit like, okay, this is for transportation. This is for the building. This is for the speeches. This is for the books. This is for the school, whatever. Like, you know, it's just him. So, you know, in any business that start growing, you're going to need a team. And if he don't never got a team around him, he ain't going to know what the hell going on, especially the stuff that you're supposed to keep up with. When they be like, yo, the date is on the 29th, but you got to fly out of town and you ain't even back in time to get the shit done. You can't call nobody to go down there and be like, yo, let them know I'm going to be late. I'm running late. You know, it's business is big, man. And he got a lot of money, so he should have figured all this out, in my opinion. But I want y'all to, oh God, I keep always hitting the wrong button since they changed everything up on this little system. I want y'all to hit the like button to show love. And we got the poll right there right now. Make the vote. Hit the votes. Let me know what you think about the conversation that we're having. I'm going to get a little bit more to Tariq Nasheed. Let him talk about it. Let's go. Tariq Nasheed. hold up. We need sound.
The whole ideology of Pan-Africanism. You know, Umar says he's the prince of Pan-Africanism, and as we see, Pan-Africanism is, you know, it's been hanging by a thread. The whole ideology of it. There's a symbolism here, the symbolic collapse of the school and Pan-Africanism. This is what it is. The school was not just a personal mission. It presented itself as like a Pan-African institution, named with Marcus Garvey and Frederick Douglass. And what's interesting, Frederick Douglass was not a Pan-Africanist, by the way. Frederick Douglass, you know, he stood on lineage business here. And, you know, for a long time, Umar was saying that he was a descendant of, you know, Frederick Douglass. And then the Frederick Douglass family came out and said, no, that's not true.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man.
That's my boy, Urban Politician. That's where we got the little information from. So I want y'all to pop over to his channel, show love to him, Urban Politicians. He on YouTube. I think he's out of Houston. So if you think about it, that makes a lot of sense what Tariq Nasheed was saying. The fact that Umar just been holding people up. He's not doing no school. He's never planned on doing no school, and it's not going to be no school coming. But we all know that we believed in him. We all believed in him, thought that could happen, and we thought that he was going to be the guy to do it. But, you know, you learn lessons in life. You know what I'm saying? You learn who to be a fan of. You learn who to like, who when people push somebody on you, and you might even believe that they got something interesting, and then you learn more about them, about their struggles, about their life, and then you be like, I don't fuck with that guy. I don't fuck with that girl. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Umar Johnson is. He didn't get to superstardom like acting in movies and shit like that. But his stardom got him enough where people felt like giving him money. And again, that money meant he didn't have to answer to nobody. Let me see. Trying to find my lighter. I think my lighter fell. But anyway, he didn't have to answer to nobody. And so that allowed him to be able to be the boss of his own situation. And when you just one guy, a monolith, as they call it, it's nothing that you got. It's so much you need to do with other people. And even so, you got to learn how to get along with others. They even ask you that sometimes at jobs. Can you get along with others and all that shit? And it's like, sometimes you'd be like, I don't like to work alone. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he just, I don't know if he really understood that how much it is to open a school and how many people was going to be watching you when them donations come in. You're not going to be just going shopping and living off of donations, and ain't nobody going to say nothing. They all going to sit back and chill. You know what I'm saying? You could go ahead and take the poll guy, ladies and gentlemen, whoever watching. Oh, there go one. I'm like, dang, where my lighters go? Y'all done made my lighters disappear. But I'm Yusef Two Times, and I do rap music, and I do movies, and I do a lot of little stuff like that. And we kick it on this channel. We kick it on our channel, talking about the stuff. Sometimes I play the music too, but today, since all this stuff been popping off, I said, let me get up here and talk about this. But if you want to hear the raps, you want to hear the music, it's right here on this channel. You can go ahead and look at all the music, play some songs. You're going to like it. We do great music, you know what I'm saying? We kick it. Stop drinking alcohol, y'all. It's been about 132 days, 134 days, something like that. Something like that. 128, something like that. But I feel better, I ain't gonna lie. I used to drink beer. Corona was my shit. Man, I miss that shit sometimes. I be talking about stuff, I said New Year's Eve, I might drink a beer. I might drink a beer on New Year's Eve. Because I used to drink beer, and then I drink like hard liquor, like if I was like out of town or some shit. Like we was performing in Nashville, and they do a lot of alcohol up there, like a lot of drinking and shit. It's like a drinking town. So marijuana is not legal. So you gotta bring your own weed. But everything is drinking. So every night they go into the bars everywhere, what's they called? Liquor stores everywhere. I wasn't even drinking it heavy, but you just get down there. I stopped drinking Corona because you can't find it as fast. And then I started drinking Busch beer. Busch beer is like a Midwest staple. I was getting scarred off that shit. I mean, crazy. It was good ass beer. I loved it. And then I had a car crash. And the doctor said, you got a cyst on your liver. I said, what? The fuck is that? She said, you drink alcohol? I said, yeah. She said, you better stop. I said, all right, goodbye. No more alcohol. And it's been all these days, and I'm grateful. Not having control by that shit. Stop cold turkey, baby. But, you know, I'm going to let my homie speak a little bit right here, urban politicians. Let them talk about it a little bit. I got like 3 minutes left. Let's go. I'm going to skip through the message a little bit. Let's go.
In the cut, but we still had to come over here and school being announced that it is closed and it's gonna be up for sale. And I had a link in the description where y'all can watch that in full and on Tariq Nasheed YouTube channel. And as he said before, they had their beefs. We know about that. But Tariq kept it all the way 100, bro. And I'm not gonna say that Dr. Umar is the face of Pan-Africanism. I'm not gonna say he's the leader of this thing because it's like ideology or a mindset or connection, but at the same time, he's been one of the most vocal people for it. He's been pushing this school, but as the paperwork hit the other day, it's all over the timeline now. It is what it is, bro. He put himself in a position. You gotta show up, prove. You gotta show up, and you gotta.
He ain't got that money, y'all. So it's no showing up. It's no nothing. That was Urban Politician Show. To get a little bit more context of what's going on, and Dr. Umar Johnson lost the school. He's about to be auctioned off and evicted out the building, and that being said, that's the end of the show. Hey, it's 6:52, baby. I appreciate y'all coming to check out the show today. We will be back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. We do a show in the morning at 10:30 a.m. right here, and we talk about whatever going on, whatever popping, whatever kicking it off. And then we just get a redress on Tariq Nasheed because we did a show earlier about that because Dr. Umar Johnson's school getting taken and everybody talking about it. So I'm going to put the playlist at the top. You can watch the rest of them. You'll be able to subscribe right here at the bottom. And y'all have a great night. Peace out.